Hi, thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to share another grid with you. And this grid can be used for setting up the energy in an environment, or it can be used for personal reasons. These are celestite crystals, and they have many different purposes, but one of the main purposes that I use them for is for making contact with celestial beings. So I would incorporate these with a grid. In doing so, it brings those particular metaphysical elements into your grid work. Now, most of the time I'll either use 3 crystals or 4 crystals, and so for this I'll just use the 4, and that's 2 quartz and 2 celestite crystals. The quartz crystals are sort of a go-to type crystal because it can be used to, you can program these and you can use them for almost any purpose. You can also use them to help boost the energy of these other crystals by just having them make some type of connection. One is on top of the other or next to the other. And so if I was to use it in this manner, it doesn't matter which direction you orient these to, except that with these crystals that are double terminated, one has a wider side and one has a narrow side because I want information coming in to me. If I place myself in the middle of this grid, I would put the larger side at the perimeter. Doing so, I'll do this, show you how this is here. If this was set up for an environment, I would set these up in this manner, and then I would take a point. It only has one termination, and it has a nice flat edge. It's not a pyramid, but if you had a pyramid, you could use that. And I would set it in the middle. Once it's set in the middle, then I would join each crystal to the middle, to the center one, by touching each one and putting my intent, telling it my intention, or looping it around, almost lassoing it, looping it into the center one, also relaying my intent and purpose for this entire setup. These crystals are pointing inward from all directions, giving this crystal all of the energy, allowing it to disperse it out into the environment. This is really good if you have some type of seminar, whether it be for Reiki or healing or prayer or learning, anything similar to that. You would just change out these 2 crystals. So for this one, say you have people that are trying to connect with angels or other ethereal beings, then these would be really nice crystals to place into this setup. Now, if it was a person instead of an environment, this is good for an environment. You can use either a crystal here, or you can put a petition. As I said before, write the petition or your intent on the paper and place a candle there and light it. Some environments you can't light candles, and that's why we have other methods to incorporate that would do the same thing. So you can put a crystal in the middle and allow this crystal would disperse the energies. The other crystals, outer crystals, would bring the energies in and disperse them into the environment. If it's a person, the person would be sitting in the middle. And so I like to use a setup similar to this for myself if I want to make contact with others. I would use this setup. If I wanted to, that's when I could place these crystals on top, and then I would replace the celestite crystals, with a regular quartz crystal. It would do the same thing, except now I'm using 6 crystals in this setup, vice 4. Now again, I can still put the one crystal point in the middle and allow it to disperse, or I could take that out and place myself in the middle. If I'm in the middle, I can either sit on the floor within the grid, I can lay prone on the floor within the grid, or I can place a chair or a stool in the middle and sit on the chair or the stool. That works really well if you want to have a pad and pencil with you, because sometimes you get a rush of information and you can take notes. So again, this is a setup that you would use. You can use for yourself by placing yourself in the middle, or you can use it for an environment by placing another single point crystal in the middle and setting a petition under it. You can use this with or without a petition, setting it under it, and again, sit this someplace in a room if it's for an environment so that it is undisturbed. You don't want people coming, touching, disturbing the energy. And you'll find when you use setups like this, especially if it's a learning environment, if it's a learning environment, you would use a different crystal than this celestite here. You would change that out and use a different crystal, one that is conducive for the type of learning that you are conducting, or the seminar that you're conducting, whatever type. If it's a creative, if it's one where logic has to be used, then you want to get a crystal that is helpful and has properties that relate to that. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.